comic. I was waiting for it to be like the Addams Family and the arm to wave at her, or him to start doing like Fozzie Bear bits with the arm.
Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John. We're continuing our Resident Evil route with Resident Evil Vendetta, which made its debut on May 27th, 2017. This one is set after Resident Evil 6, but a few months before the Daughters add-on for Resident Evil 7.
Yes. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say of the animated feature films, this is probably my least favorite. Also of our favorite returning characters, the only one that looks remotely good is Rebecca Chambers.
I did not recognize Chris when I first saw him. I don't know who that is. That's Schmish Schmedfield, but that's not Chris.
I immediately picked up who it was when his team all died. I was like, oh, this is Chris, right. Um,
Here's, here's the thing. I don't think it's the worst Chris Redfield in a world where Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Chris exists.
True.
Also
I,
fair.
I was gonna say, you're thinking about Rebecca looking good. I disagree. Rebecca in this film, we bring her back, we put her in a wedding dress, and we make her into a damsel in distress. Like, oh, come on. She was so interesting in the game.
Well,
Hey,
that
yeah.
sure, but I just design
She
like
looks good, but it's like, oh, the villain wants to kiss. She's like, oh, God.
yeah, almost as bad as the cheerleader outfits that Wesker keeps in his desk.
Well, that's for Wesker, though.
That's for Wesker. We do we do love to see it. The plot of this movie also again we're dipping into Metal Gear. There's a lot of music in this that sounds like Metal Gear. Can I just
This is,
start with that? Like it sounds like Metal Gear.
this is more Metal Gear than the last one. This feels like we literally have the guy doing his, like, I was drone striding, it's government of the world, I want a world in flames. I'm like, okay, where is Snake?
Leon is Snake, black-haired Leon, emo Leon, Leon who's deep in his cups and Matt Mercering all over the place.
This is like Raiden Leon as far as I'm concerned. If he had a samurai sword that could cut through anything and cybernetic limbs, I'd be like, yeah, that in this world it tracks.
Like I don't want to be mean to Matt Mercer. I really don't. But like sometimes Matt Mercer is one of those guys that in reality, like I don't watch Critical Role, so don't come after me for this and I could be 100% wrong, but anytime I hear him voicing certain things, like it's Matt because the man has like three voices in him and this is just him reading the script.
I will defend him a little bit here and say he's not helped by this script. The dialogue they give for Leon is chunky and so much of tell don't show. I hate. But so the plot here is we have this guy called Glenn Arias, who's our newest guy who sells bioweapons. He basically he's made this three-part zombie virus which lets his zombies target people. He infects you, he activates it, but he can vaccinate himself. So basically, Chris's guys all die. Rebecca makes a vaccine. Glenn's like, "You look like my dead wife. This isn't a horrible trope. I'm going to carry you off. Well, I'm going to get my friend Harley Quinn to carry you off." And then so Leon and Chris have to team up, but Leon is a bitter alcoholic now, and Chris is just a dickhead because he's Chris.
It's Chris.
But like, Chris is a lump who has like very little emotions going on in this at all. Leon, I get what they're trying to do, and I like the idea that Leon remembers previous films. Like, yeah, this sucks, man. I've killed lots of people here.
He never gets to go on vacation. Anytime Leon takes a vacation, shit hits the fan.
His voice acting felt like Resident Evil 1 in that we've got someone in to read the script and they're not actually performing it, they're just reading it. Because, like, he has no depth. He doesn't. I can't buy him being. Well, I can't buy him being bitter when he gets a motorcycle because I was acting like a little boy again.
I and again, I don't want to pick on Matt Mercer because he is like a genuinely good actor. I feel like I don't know if Mercer has the range. Even if the script was good, I don't know if Mercer would have had the range to do it. Like I think that this is a hard pull for Mercer.
I honestly, this entire thing for me is just kind of forgettable. The only memorable scene in all of Vendetta is Chris Leon hallway team up fight that even then is super ridiculous because Leon comes cruising in a motorcycle and goes cruising out in a motorcycle for the next action set piece he's involved in. Um, and even then, it's just like, oh, it's cool to see these two in action, even though this is just like a John Wick sequence in a middle of a Resident Evil movie.
It's a little
Yeah,
fan fiction-y.
the tone of this film is all over the place. Like Leon feels like he's coming from a different film. Like, because Chris is trying to do this whole depressing "my team are dead" thing. Leon is doing the "I'm the alcoholic," but then in the fight, Leon is fine. Like, Leon is having a whale of a time. He's having a good day, and like that's the thing with the Chris fight. Like, I've got to save Rebecca before she turns into a zombie. And I like, it's this like 10 race against time. Then Leon bikes in. It's like, okay, so we're not doing tense anymore. We're doing stupid. Also, Chris hits a zombie with a DDT, which is so funny because the DDT is the one move that only works in wrestling. Because else, see it anywhere else, you go, wait, didn't the guy just have to offer you his head and jump for this move to make any sense? Like,
I do have to admit there's one other scene that I find deeply memorable is when we open the movie with Chris having his big no, and then we go to the wedding and we get a second big no within 5 minutes of each other. And I kind of love the camp of that.
I love because yeah, Glenn Arias' wedding gets bombed, and I love that because when the bomb comes down, we cut to his face like he's Wile E. Coyote. Like, we hold on him a little too long, so it becomes quite funny.
Well, and for me, it's the punctuation, right? Because then it goes out to a landscape shot, and you just see like an explosion in the distance, and it's just like a Looney Tune kind of situation.
See the explosion in the distance, and then he's holding the wife's arm, the
Wife
disembodied
hand,
arm.
yeah, which of
Uh,
course informs his entire arc because he still keeps it,
In a box.
Yep, yeah,
Look, it's
it's a
Resident Evil. People keep body parts in boxes.
yeah, but like this one just doesn't have the juice, guys.
It's how he pulls the art because the whole he has like a big room full of screens, like he's in like Meow Wolf, where he's projecting images of the wedding, and he has Claire in the chair. Then he goes, "Oh, meet my wife," and pulls the arm out. It's so comic. I was waiting for it to be like the Addams Family and the arm to wave at her, or him to start doing like Fozzie Bear bits with the arm.
It feels like this movie was trying to have its cake and eat it too, because I think when we get to this post 6 and post Resident Evil 7 like world, we're starting to see where the tonal issues with Resident Evil come in, because Chris and Leon are very much in that campy, we're gonna slap five with tiny Napoleon and punch a boulder. Meanwhile, other parts of the franchise have moved on to being trapped in the house from from the oh god, I can't remember the name of the movie. We're trapped in a house in the backwoods and we're going to be murdered. Like there's a difference in tone that I think this movie cannot reconcile with itself.
I think that's proven by the villains. What made me laugh is when we first meet Glenn. He has this fist fight with Chris, where he's not moving very much, and he's like, in his suit. It's like, man, this guy's a Kamen Rider villain. And then then his minions appear, who is basically a woman in a lot of latex and a big dude in a mask. I'm like, oh, he is Shocker. Okay, because like he has these two minions, like what Maria and Diego Gomez. You wouldn't know that unless you read the book.
Or had the subtitles from Amazon Prime.
That is true. Maria is dressed like Harley Quinn for his entire like Arkham Asylum Harley Quinn, and that's her job is to kidnap other women because I guess Glenn doesn't touch women when he's not taking their arms off. And Diego exists at the end to become a tyrant. He does nothing else than become a tyrant. And it's like, why is this guy doing the serious political? The American government have sold me out. Got big dude and latex lady as his. He should have like umbrella suit guys with him, surely. That would make more sense. Or just like the faceless troopers, not these two guys.
Look,
Also, I don't think they do anything with a New York City setting.
Yeah. They don't do anything with that.
Well,
Yeah.
the New York City setting does give us the funniest shot of the film. Because near the end, they try and take out the tyrant with a rail gun, and they miss the tyrant and take down 3 skyscrapers, which I'm surprised they were allowed to do in a 2017 film.
I mean, you know, people have moved on.
It's still like, this did nothing. You just missed. How did you miss this dude with a rail gun?
Like, see, man, really what we have to understand is the ultimate villain of Resident Evil is capitalism. Like that's true. But the problem is that man, this is a weird one. I kind of wish it had made a decision if it wanted to be serious or wanted to be campy. If it had gone full whole hog into being campy, go for it. If you wanted to go full whole hog into being serious, go for it. But this it's not making a decision, and I think that that's the biggest issue here.
This feels like three films stapled together at points. I think the thing for me is very early on that first scene with Chris. They go into like an abandoned mansion. It's like, okay, I was excited for that because again, I love Resi One, but they find a remote control toy car on the bed and it's moving around. It turns out the kid's a zombie, but the kid walks up to them, still manipulating the controller to make the car wheel around, and then he's like, and he looks up and he jump scares like, like surely the kid you're looking for is dead. This should be a really tragic moment for Chris. So why is the kid doing remote control car stunts?
But then he
Like
blew that up with a grenade. With a grenade.
it's like this should be like a really harrowing moment. Like holy shit, this kid's dead. We've killed a kid. We've got our 12 rating, lads. But no, we do silly fake out. Also, this film wasn't in 3D for anyone asks, but we keep things jumping at the camera.
When Chris jumps out of the window in that scene, the first thing I thought of, Chris, we've come full circle. The dog jumped out at you, now you jump out at us. That was my first thought.
Yeah, this film also has a lot of jump scares as well, which I think it doesn't earn because you see them coming a mile off. It's like, oh, Rebecca's going to peek over the table. We're doing it in first person. That one in the office, I was watching this with a friend. I held my hand up. It was like 5, 4, right on the mark.
Yeah, it's the worst kind of like slasher movie scares, right? Where the music cuts out, characters looking around frantically in the dark, and like you can time it, and you have.
See, I love slasher movies, and I'm normally a lot nicer about it, but like my problem, I don't mind jump scares. I genuinely don't. My problem is how not creative the jump scares were. Like I think that the what slasher movies do with their jump scares that I think is actually pretty brilliant for the genre essentially is they try to like they know people aren't going to be scared by Freddy Krueger anymore now that he has like a soda pop commercial, but they do know how to like make the scare creative. Like he's going to come out as like a weird worm thing, or it's going to be a weird it's going to be something interesting. And like there were it wasn't an interesting there were no interesting jump scares. There was nothing for me to be like, oh, that's a cool idea, that was kind of neat. Like
Yeah, I mean, like John was kind of insinuating, like you got to earn the jump scare. Like a well-earned time jump scare, Exorcist 3 is for me like the highlight, of course. Sinister is a good one with the lawnmower. I think that's a good jump scare. Um, in terms of like more traditional slasher movies. Um, I mean, Giallo does it really well, especially like Suspiria and stuff. But yeah, no, it's like we need to do a fun one. It's like, but
also,
it's jump scare by committee. It
also
doesn't really feel
I'm
like
I'm
earned.
gonna be upset for a second. That whole Breaking Bad reference in the beginning, like I kind of hate that whole
I
joke.
Does anyone get that joke?
Get it as in appreciate it, or like get
Well,
what they're
I
trying
was
to
going
do.
to. I was like, okay, so he's one of these guys, Bryan Cranston, because he's done a lot of voice acting. No, I can't find any of the Breaking Bad guys were involved in this. Like, there's no link to the Breaking Bad guys.
I think I don't know, man. It's a weird joke, a weird conversation. It sounds like the voice actors were arguing. Chris's voice actor had never seen it, and they were trying to convince him to watch the show.
Yeah.
It did have Space Ghost vibes.
Did have Space
Like,
Ghost
I was
vibes.
waiting for we'd see Slash on the screen behind them, waiting for his interview. It's just like fine. All I can presume is like, oh, we're trying to humanize the troopers so they feel like real people, but no one talks like that in the real world.
Unless you go to Sarah Lawrence College circa like 2008. Um but yeah, no, like I wish I liked this movie more than I do because it looks great. It's gorgeous. It's very pretty. Like that double explosion that Chris gets as he's holding Kathy's dead body is very fun. Don't know why it exploded twice, but he gets two of them.
Because there's a Carmen Rider scene. They've hit the promo.
No.
Um, I think a lot of this can be written up to. This is a new company. This is a Mars Animation Planet handled this one, and they did describe the film as a reboot due to it being an all-new team. And you can tell it's an all-new team because they clearly don't quite get what's going on.
How is
Do
it a
they do
reboot? You have to
do,
know
do they
these
do,
people.
do they do Death Island?
I believe they might. I have to check on that.
Ah, shit.
Um, they're not the only people involved in this film. Ducati paid a lot of money to have the X-Tavel in this film. Leon's bike is just a real one, Ducati X-Tavel, which is cool. It's a very nice bike. Not sure Leon driving upstairs is the best advert for it, but you know.
They get their money's worth because he uses it a lot.
Quick question. Was there like a version of that motorcycle being sold at any point? Like, did they make like a tie-in for the movie?
It's
Like
it's
a
a, it's
limited
a, it's a street
edition?
legal bike.
No. Like the
A
color of
Resident
it, the
Evil
design of
edition?
it.
I think it's one of the street legal colors. It's just
Oh,
that is what the bike looked like.
oh wow! It didn't even get like a special Leon Kennedy color.
Not
That's
that I
crazy.
could. Maybe there was one, but if from what I could tell, it is just one of the default ones you can get.
I wonder if this is the start of like because like there is product placement up the wazoo and like Requiem, right?
Yeah.
With the Porsche, Leon's watch. He gets a motorcycle in that one too. That's I think the first time where he actually you can actually control him on a motorcycle as opposed to the any of the movies. But
We love Leon midway through Twink Death. Like,
we love at this point if it's after six, then he would be in his late. I would be the same age as black-haired Leon. He's in his late 30s. In
I think he dyed it.
um, I mean, I don't.
No,
It,
you're just
it,
natural.
it's all the whiskies pouring on top and slowly lighting it.
Yeah.
I do love how judgy Chris comes into that scene, by the way. Like, don't you think it's early to be this deep into the bottle, Leon? Like, shut up, Chris.
Which also, knowing Chris's arc in six, when Pierce finds him drunk in a bar after losing his team, it's like, buddy, you have no room
Just
to
because
talk,
you
Mr. Redfield.
just because you accepted Jesus into your life, man, doesn't mean that everyone has to, Chris.
That whole scene, because like Leon is still too cute to be doing the bitter old alcoholic routine here. Like if we were going to do that route, I would want Leon to be like full on Philip Marlowe character, like unable to fire straight because he's just too drunk, like vomiting in the fight kind of thing. But he looks fine. He doesn't even look. Matt Mercer doesn't even like slur. He's fine. And Chris just comes in after getting his whole team killed and nearly getting Rebecca killed and being like, yeah, I fucking hate you. It's like, dude, no wonder no one works with you. He's going to come in like, why are we doing the tag partners who don't get on thing? There's bigger things going on right
Okay.
now.
I have a theory. Like I said, this was a little fan fictiony, and it is extreme. I think there is something about this that feels like somebody wrote their Leon X Chris fanfic, and they had to take that part out, but they got to use the rest of the story. Like that's what this really feels like to me, having read that fanfic before.
I had the opposite theory in that this was going to be Chris's film until someone said, Leon sells.
Until somebody was like, Leon's cuter.
We need to have
That-
Leon in this film.
That's kind of that's been the thing, right? And I think after the success of Requiem, Capcom's like, oh no, we need Leon. all
More
the time."
Leon.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
are we gonna remake Code Veronica? No, scrap that announcement we have planned next month. No. We're gonna remake like Umbrella Chronicles.
No, just to do like how they keep adding Knuckles into the old Sonic games. It's Code Veronica and Leon.
Oh, it's so game breaking, right? When you realize you can just climb walls with Knuckles and it's like, oh, I wasn't meant to do this.
Look,
Press
Knuckles
R3
is
to
my
swig.
favorite character. Knuckles is my favorite character. Are we saying that Leon is the Resident Evil equivalent to Knuckles?
Yeah.
Well, shows up in a sequel. Coolest breakout character. Has his
Rides
own
a motorcycle.
series, or should.
Should.
Actually, didn't he have his own Netflix miniseries with
He had-
Claire, Infinite Darkness?
I think he did,
Yes,
yeah.
he did.
I thought you were
Yeah.
asking about Knuckles for a second. I'm like, Knuckles has had a lot of solo adventures, actually.
Oh, Knuckles Chaotix. That's the
Knuckles
most.
had a TV show where he became
Yeah.
Jewish, and that made me very happy.
Oh, that
He
happened.
did. Yeah, Knuckles Chaotix sounds like a colored liqueur, kind of like Hypnotic.
Yeah, it's like
Is it-
red. It's got like edible glitter in it.
It's
Sounds
gotta be
also like a
it's gotta be
breakfast
bright-
cereal.
It has to be bright red, right? It has to
Yeah.
match the echidna.
But he
It's like-
likes grapes, so it's grape flavored for some
Yeah.
reason.
But if you plug it on top of a Mega Drive,
So are we
Anyway,
doing
getting back.
Death Island after this?
yes, we might as well clear this curse.
Fair enough.
But to loop back to what you were saying earlier, this does feel like this whole like thread has felt like they had that first film. There was meant to be like this. Oh, something we're going to show at Gamescom as kind of a little bit of a fake Resident Evil 4 sequel, which felt like a gift to the director. Like, hey, yeah, we know you want to do more 4, but here's do a film. We'll put it at Gamescom. To oh crap, these make money. Get the main team on it, and we're going to keep pumping these out. These feel more like they're at Capcom. You can now feel are in the script. Like we need to make sure these promote all these things, have all these icons in them, and they end up overstuffed and very. We do see the zombie dogs make a return here, which is always nice. I do like a good zombie dog.
The Inside Out wet dogs.
Yeah,
Wet dogs, which Leon kills 2 motorists in his pursuit of killing 1 dog.
he does. He does. I was waiting for the cars to, explode, and they do explode, don't they?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we're not ocean round here. We're not gonna try and pretend they're not dead. Leon killed 2. Leon did a Chris. He got people around him killed.
Yeah.
We're also lousy with explosions in this movie. We are
That look-
lousy with them.
That looked like that was on the Hudson too, didn't it? That was on the Hudson side of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Things explode on the Hudson side of Manhattan a lot, like more
Yeah,
often than
like-
you would think.
It was like the Verrazano Bridge almost, but
I mean, well, the Verrazano Bridge doesn't go into Manhattan.
oh, that's right. It's Staten Island, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Staten Island and Brooklyn are connected
Right,
by the
right.
Verrazano Bridge. But I think you're thinking of the Manhattan Bridge.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's fine.
I
It's
get
whatever.
the geography about as right as this movie does.
Yeah, the movie has no idea what New York looks like,
I
like
mean,
at all.
New York is 4 streets, a bridge, and a lot of big lobbies that are conveniently motorcycle sized.
Wait, are you telling me that Manhattan isn't all buildings the size of like Midtown and the financial district?
Yeah, I mean, everything is Spider-Man at the end of the day. Spider-Man can always find a building to swing off of. Leon Kennedy can always find a lobby to drive a motorcycle into.
I mean, it's like when the first house at the beginning, they have like a bedroom which is laid out exactly how you would lay out a bedroom if you were making a haunted house, complete with a bed far enough away from the wall that zombies can come from and go woo behind it. It's
How
like,
many? How big was that bed that many zombies could be hiding under it?
it was TARDIS like. It was hilarious. They go under a bed. There's a kid there. They go back under. There's 7 of them, and they're eating. Guys, like my God, like California Queen, the Resident Evil King, please.
I think you're asking the wrong question. It's not about how big that bed was. How tiny were those zombies?
Yeah.
How little were the zombies? I did like the one early on zombie that was like cut in half and had a little bit of its spine wiggling out, which again is so campy. And then we ruin the campiness
It's
of it
Return
all.
of the Living Dead, right? We
So
need that.
good.
Oh yeah, we never bring Grudge Lady back again, despite her being a fun design.
No, I mean she blew up in the explosion.
Surely you have more than one of them.
If I remember correctly, I think the surviving Gomez lady is Christina V. Speaking of VAs.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Nice to hear you, Christina V.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that because she has, I think, like 3 lines in this entire film, and one of them is "job done."
I do want to go back to the wedding scene, not the one where he blows up, the one where he first brings Rebecca into it. I did like the little supervillain touch of having all the zombified remains of his friends and family in caskets and him being like, I haven't figured out the decomposition part yet. Like I appreciated how mustache twirlingly evil that was.
There's a love of the game at this point where
Yeah.
he's like, if we're going to do this, let's not half-ass this. Let's do this all the way.
I do also feel like this character was a way for them to do Wesker without doing Wesker and to make him not Wesker being the T-1000. I think that they wanted to like make a Wesker equivalent, and that's kind of what I'm thinking happened here.
He is very Weskery. It is
Yeah.
like his whole thing of being like the weapons dealer, and yeah, the wedding scene is fun. I like the idea, and it's just unfortunately that scene devolves into him explaining exactly how the zombie virus works because Leon and Chris can't work it out themselves.
No.
So his whole thing is like, I'm going to tell you my plot because I mean we could have a scene where we show you this, but Ducati have paid a lot of money, so no.
Also, no offense, you think Leon Kennedy, Leon Bunny Suit Kennedy, and Chris Redfield. Chris, I get my team killed Redfield, are going to figure this out on their own. That's not what they're here for. They're
No,
here to pretty and shoot guns.
that's why if
Well,
I was writing this, he would have put Leon in the wedding dress, and Rebecca and Claire would have been the one doing the gunplay. I'm so sad that Claire, she didn't even get the killing shot. Like the end, they fire a motorcycle into him. That would have been perfect for her mid-zombification to like sort of just find Leon's down bike and just grab it and fire the accelerator off. Like that would have been, and because she has the motive to kill this dude. Like we couldn't even give her like a. In fact, all the women in this film get crap. The one female paratrooper gets one shot off and she misses. It's like, I know, we're here for Leon and his nice abs, but we could have given our one legacy character something to do.
Also,
and we could
worst
have
outfit.
also worst outfit on Leon. It is bad. It's real bad.
I found it really funny because of the bike thing. He's like, remember in Happy Days where the rule was the Fonz always has to have a motorcycle jacket on so he can have a motorcycle?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like with Leon. It's like, he can't like not be in protective clothing, so he has to always wear the jacket.
Well, always has such nice jackets. Always has, except for I guess RE2 where he's got a windbreaker until he gets to the RPD. But yeah,
I do have to say, everybody's got stormtrooper aim. Everybody in this movie has stormtrooper aim. If a zombie's going to take one shot, it's going to take 50 shots. Like, it's crazy how no one can hit.
except for the hallway fight where it turns into John Wick.
Yeah.
The one time they remember how to aim the gun. Like, I remember watching parts of this and being like, okay, the zombie is literally a foot in front of you. How are you missing with a submachine gun?
Yeah, elite. So they're the BSAA.
You think Chris picks these people just so that he can get them killed and everybody thinks he's tragic? Do you think that that's what's going on here?
I think so.
Training.
Because he's so useless even in the fight. He struggles with like just groups of zombies.
Yeah, it's crazy.
My favorite thing is he has a bayonet in this film.
Yes.
On his gun, and he just seemingly sometimes will forget he has the bayonet on his gun and start holding the bayonet end. It's like, now I'm not a master of guns, but I do think in general you shouldn't hold the bayonet end.
Oh,
I think they usually say face towards enemy on them.
That's how you know he's dangerous.
he eats nails for breakfast without any milk. Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I don't actually like Chris as a character. Like sometimes I genuinely forget that I dislike him, and it's like, oh, this is why he just kind of sucks.
Chris, Chris is, I don't necessarily dislike Chris Redfield overall, but it is almost comedic how like ineffective he is. That's something that's almost played for laughs in 6, frankly. But if the entire game wasn't so up its own ass serious. And then in 7, when he gets the DLC mission where he goes in to rescue his men from Lucas Baker and succeeds in rescuing 0 of them. Yeah, like I enjoy Chris overall, but Chris is the paradigm of professional failure.
I think Chris is the guy who failed the genre jump.
Mm.
He works in the early films as like this generic beat cop who is in way over his head. But they've kept where he's still a failure in those, but they've like, okay, he's a normal dude trying to a horrible situation, very Dawn of the Dead. But they've kept him with that keep losing people thing. Now he's in the BSAA, where his day job is fighting bioweapons. Like Leon moved up fine. Leon took to it like a duck to water. Leon sat down, went to school. He's got a degree in zombie killing now.
Yeah.
But like Chris doesn't work. Like it was fine when he was a beat cop because yeah, sure that'll throw you off. But now like, dude, this is your job. How are you this shit at it?
Yeah.
How do they keep paying you?
I love how casual like Leon is in the cutscenes in Requiem, right? Where he's literally shooting from the hip, just like, oh, okay. Like the zombie comes in, Grace is terrified. He's just kind of like, without a second thought, just kind of shoots from the hip and continues his conversation.
Leon
Like,
is so over it. I love how over it Leon is. That is one thing I gotta say. I do find that very funny where Leon is like, is this shit gonna just keep happening? Like, what is the point?
That's my thing. I kind of wish they'd given Leon Chris's one good line in this film, which is at the very start. Chris is like, "You have a wife and kids, yeah? Think of one day you're going to have to kill them." And that is a line Leon should have had because Leon's whole thing is, "I am, I'm desensitized. I'm this horrible drunk now. Leon should have been the one who's like, yeah, don't fall in love with anyone. You'll have to shoot him in the face. The fact they didn't even bring that up with, I wish they'd, because with when Claire is injected and starting to turn, weird they didn't have Leon there, because I would have loved to have a moment where she's like, kill me, and Leon is like, okay. Like, I'm not going to risk you turning for Chris to go hunt these vials down. I've seen this before. There was a nice moral dilemma there, and we couldn't have it because Ducati wanted their bike to blow up.
Yeah, we had to have that bike explode.
I do, I like that we get, if I remember correctly, we get Rebecca in Death Island.
Please tell me she gets a gun.
I think there's an action scene that is ridiculously over the top that involves all the our Generation 1, Generation 2, minus Barry Burton.
Oh, Barry.
Oh, Barry.
Barry never gets he's one of the few that he dies in one of the live action movies, like pretty early.
They
Yeah.
blow him up, I think.
Yeah,
Man, we have a lot to say about Resident Evil, and I think it's because this movie is not as good as I wanted it to be, especially on the heels of last week, where like I loved Leon's last out. Maybe the problem is when Leon is not with Ada, that's when things get bad.
I would normally agree with you, but I think Requiem proves that it can work.
Okay. I mean, it can work.
Yeah.
But...
I think it's more Leon needs someone to call him on his shit.
Yeah.
Which Chris, like, I missed JD and Buddy from last week. They were both really good at showing Leon another side and showing him another ideology, and were both willing to be like, hey, stop being an arsehole. This is serious. And Chris can't do that. Chris is just as childish as Leon is, and Chris doesn't have an ideology. Like, Chris is like clocking in for the paycheck at the killing people factory. Like, Chris doesn't feel like he feels more desensitized than Leon does, because he doesn't seem to be able to like even shout at things. He's like, oh, zombies, bang bang. Here, let me do a John Cena to you.
Man big, you can't see me.
Yeah.
We are
also he needs to be more jacked. Let's be real.
Actually, yeah, I was kind of disappointed at how skinny Chris was. It was kind of like, you have Cell Games TN, and then the next episode he becomes like Dragon Ball TN. The shoulders just shrink.
Chris needs roids, Leon needs estrogen. This is how it works.
Yeah.
100%.
And tighter pants.
And
much tighter pants. They help the estrogen flow.
Leon wasn't being sexualized enough, but we are very close to the end, so we do have to get into some final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Like I said, this is unless Death Island disappoints me next week. It's been a minute. It's been 3 years actually, believe it or not. Vendetta is my least favorite of the animated movies. There's just not a lot to hang my hat on. Yeah, so it rests on the bottom.
This felt like a video game, an old school video game film, where it feels that Capcom just were like, here's Leon, give us $20. There's, like, I would say the testament to this is the fact that all the other ones I've gone through in one sitting, this I had to stop midway through. I was just bored. This feels like a series of sketches. At points, this reminded me of like when you watch all cutscenes from like a Resident Evil game together, which like, okay, this makes no sense, but the gameplay in between. But here it's just like, oh, here's all the cutscenes. There's no rhyme or reason. Glenn is a boring villain. He's just evil dude number 4 who just wants a bride. And so, yeah, this didn't hit for me, and I worry for Death Island now, because it really does feel that Capcom have come in and said we're in charge now, and have not listened to anyone involved in the previous films.
Yeah.
Leon wasn't slutty enough. He didn't have enough one-liners. Like, we don't have Chris doing enough ridiculous stuff. Like I said at the top, I needed this movie to pick an identity and stick with it, and it just didn't do that. And I think that it kind of, and I've said this before in our previous Resident Evil watches, I like Resident Evil best when it's campy, and those were the parts of the movie I liked. And the rest of it was just, I don't like when Resident Evil is trying to be Walking Dead. I think that that's where I'm at, where it's like, Walking Dead is fine for a season or two, but 9 seasons is too much.
Or even 11.
Oh God, right? It's 11. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Not the spin-offs.
Yeah.
Not counting the spin-offs. Oh my god. But yeah, no, like this is one the animation is beautiful, but that's really all I can say about it. Like that's it.
Even
But
that I think is too clean. It's too
yeah,
clean.
that's fair. That's very that is
Yeah.
100%
It's
valid.
very PS3.
It's
Yeah.
very PS3.
Very PS3.
But speaking of, we do live in the era of the PlayStation 5, so we are going to have to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again in joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alex,
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
and we'll see you next time. Bang.